I'm aware that some people think that primary care is considered to be a Cinderella service. I can absolutely assure you, as far as I'm concerned and the Department of Health is concerned, nothing could be further from the truth. We launched last year, on the back of High Quality Care for All, our new primary and community care strategy. This has been very well received by clinicians, professionals, managers and organisations alike across the NHS, and we really are concentrating on improving the quality and indeed the accessibility for primary care. Primary care professionals themselves should be and are indeed leading practice-based commissioning, and of course also playing a major part in world-class commissioning. So in one sense I probably disagree with the statement that primary care is a Cinderella service. I also profoundly disagree with the idea that primary care is something that just happens independently of world-class commissioning. They really are integral to one another, and the clinicians that are leading practice-based commissioning, and each quarter as we get reports from our MORI survey suggesting that more and more clinicians are taking more responsibility and power to themselves. So I think it's looking pretty good at the moment. I'm feeling rather optimistic about the future for both world-class commissioning and also practice-based commissioning and the role of primary care. Do PCTs get market development? Well, yes and no. They certainly get a lot better now after they've been through the assurance programme for world-class commissioning, specifically in stimulate the market and also secure excellent procurement skills. I think it's fair to say that historically PCTs have not been asked systematically to stimulate the market. This is the first time they've ever been asked formally to consider this part of their role as a commissioner, balancing and blending cooperation and competition. I know that PCTs now are working together to try and build up their critical mass and their muscle. And also I'm pleased to let you know that towards the end of this month we'll be producing a new commercial strategy and model for the Department of Health and the NHS. Although I can't tell you today how much money will be associated with these developments, we will be providing more support and development for PCTs to improve and enhance their commercial acumen. So we've got off to a solid start, but we need to move more quickly now in developing that particular competence. I'm pretty confident that PCTs will grasp the nettle. I think the assurance process this year has exceeded my expectations. It's gone better than we thought. 90% of all PCTs through an independent evaluation think it has improved their capability and capacity to commission. In some senses, given that it's only been going for a year, that represents stunning progress and stunning performance. But of course the assurance system isn't really about just assuring PCTs. The point of world-class commissioning is to add life to years and years to life. And therefore the execution of the 5-year strategic plans that PCTs now have created for themselves will really be the true mark and test of success over the next period. That said, we do know already that PCTs are starting to think about how they improve their bench strength across each of the competencies, sometimes working by themselves, sometimes working with others. I'm pretty confident that we'll see a pretty dramatic improvement in the competencies next year. If there's one area where I think we need to just be slightly circumspect, it's, to be honest with you, the governance scores were probably better than we imagined. That either tells us one of two things: that performance is that good, or we may have been a little lenient on looking at some of the ratings in governance. So of course, because we've had a large-scale evaluation involving the people that created world-class commissioning, the PCTs, the SHAs and others, we are now looking at all the detailed evaluation. If we need to make some tweaks over the next period, then we will do. But make no mistake whatsoever, we will be letting a contract to ensure that world-class commissioning, the assurance system, rolls on for the next 3 years. And also we will be making sure that we just tweak and modify, not overhaul the system. So it's here to stay. It's been designed by the PCTs. It's been welcomed by the PCTs. It's being used to improve their capability and capacity. And I hope now that those competencies will develop plans for health gain for the people that PCTs serve.